In this video, we're on a hunt for Nepal's infamous mad honey.
These hives are like nothing I've ever seen before.
A mystical, thick red syrup known to make people feel lightheaded, euphoric, or much, much worse.
And this is supposed to be the honey that makes you trip balls?
Yeah.
This is the same mind-twisting honey I tried feeding Joe Rogan on his podcast.
Are you willing to try it?
Yeah, I'll try right now.
Don't try it right now.
The treasure we're after can be found here in the highlands of Nepal. But there's a catch.
Take a look up there. These guys are on the ladder. They're barefoot. They climb up. If they slip, if they fall, it's game over.
Today, you'll witness this coveted honey's journey.
The bees are so intense. I'm not even the one who's gonna climb today and I'm scared.
From the intrepid hunters who risk their lives to gather it.
How many times have you gone up the ladder for the honey hunt?
30 years.
To finally tasting this mind-altering sweet for myself.
I'm doing what the locals do. It cannot be demonetized. It's cultural.
It all starts here. Welcome to Bhujung, a mountain village home to the Gurung people.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Namaste. Namaste.
I'm very excited to be here. I'm excited to partake in this meal with you today. I have one question. Is there any honey in this?
No.
No.
Good. I think we should build up to that moment. I'm not quite ready for that yet. What do we have here?
We call shell roti.
Does shell mean something in particular?
Shell means round.
Round, okay.
This circular, lightly sweetened donut is one of the best-known Gurung dishes. It starts with a batter of millet flour, ground yam, sugar, and water.
How is the Gurung food different from food in other parts of Nepal?
It's a little bit different according to the climate and the tradition as well. Gurung, they use a shell roti by millet, and others mostly they're made by the rice.
Is it easier to grow millet here?
Yes.
Each ring is delicately made with care as our cook gently pours the batter into a bath of hot oil, letting them fry until they turn a dark shade of brown.
Oh, this is delicious. The roti is like crunchy and soft on the inside. Not too sweet, a bit neutral flavor. And what's this one?
Potato curry.
Potatoes are cooked with a chorus of spices and vegetables, fenugreek seeds, turmeric, jira masala, salt, tomato, green chilies, and onions. Simmer to make it thick, dip, dab, and taste to know if it's ready.
You're mixing the roti into the sauce here. These are meant to be eaten together.
Yeah.
A little spicy.
Yeah, green chili.
Ooh, that is nice. It's good because it'll warm you up from the inside because the mountains are getting a little bit chilly now. I like this. How many people are in this village?
Around 500.
What's amazing about this place in Nepal is it takes so much effort to get out here. We were in a 4x4 vehicle traveling through crazy roads and pathways like Google Maps cannot get you here. And after hours of driving, we finally get here. The reason I'm here today is I'm on a mission to understand more about this thing called mad honey. I want to know why this is important to the Gurung people. I want to see how it works to actually procure, to get the honey. And then I'm curious to see the effects of the honey for myself. My understanding though is that the honey gets you high.
Yes.
Honey is like the original candy. It comes from nature, it's super sweet, it's sugary. Although kids love candy.
Yeah.
Are kids allowed to eat the honey here?
Children and everybody.
Really?
Everybody.
If they're being annoying, they won't go to sleep. Just give them some honey.
Yeah.
All right.
Right now, I'm sharing this table with Madan, a honey hunter for hire. Then there's Mr. Khem Bahadur, the owner of the land on which the honey hives reside. Across from me, experienced tripper and fixer, OANGDI.
Around this village, they have a community member to support for the people who take much, you know.
Like a buzz buddy.
Yeah.
Does the person who supports, do they also take it?
They take a little bit, but not much. But
Fantastic. That's like being the sober driver, but I'll just have like 6 beers. How old were you when you first tried the mad honey?
25 years old there, that time, first time.
And then how did it make you feel?
Eat, then come and fall down.
You,
Yeah.
you couldn't walk?
Yeah.
For how long?
24 hours.
Oh, Jesus. How much did you eat?
Not need to too much. Little to eat.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? I'm gonna try the honey.
yeah.
Is this a mistake?
Not only are the honey's effects unpredictable, the process of gathering the honey is laborious and potentially life-threatening, with hunters suspended from high cliffs on homemade rope ladders, swaying in a swarming cloud of pissed-off bees. So why do any of this? Tomorrow morning, I hope to find out.
This morning we woke up at 5 a.m. Today is going to be a very long day. It took 1 hour just to get to the walking point, and now we are walking about an hour to a waterfall. Next to the waterfall, about 12 beehives. These beehives are full of the biggest bees in the world, and they're very cantankerous. That means they get pissed off easily. I don't know if they brought a bee suit in my size. I just assumed everything's going to work out. I definitely should have asked about that.
Surrounded by lush forests, rolling hills, and snow-capped mountains towering up to 5,000 plus feet. Over time, the Gurung people have learned to accept the gifts and deal with the difficulties that this land offers. Aside from the centuries-old techniques of collecting precious liquid gold from the Himalayan cliffs, they build their homes with stones and earth, and carve fields into mountainsides to grow crops. They have their own language, food, culture, and distinctive customs that still survive to this day. A prayer is spoken, and bits of uncooked rice are offered to a higher power.
What you just witnessed now is called the puja. It's like a ritual or a prayer that they have to do before they slaughter the animal or before they proceed with the honey collecting. What's interesting is that it was a pretty treacherous hike, but they won't let anyone drink water until the puja is finished. Now that it's finished, we can have a sip and the slaughter can begin.
This ritual is meant to satisfy the gods, to express gratitude, and to seek blessings before undertaking the dangerous task ahead. Later, the goat will be cooked and eaten by all, but for now, we've got work to do.
Do you think the gods are happy now? Yeah? Yes. Can you point out where the honey is right now? Oh, shit. That's really high. I'm not even the one who's going to climb today, and I'm scared. How many times have you gone up the ladder for the honey hunt?
40 years.
You never fell down?
No.
Just never?
No. No.
All right. I know they have their own gear. They use ladders, right?
Yeah.
Are the ladders they built themselves?
Yeah.
How much weight are they meant to hold?
Maximum 3 people.
Are they tied on in any way, or they're just holding on?
Between the bell and the rope, they can do safety.
So they're connected to the ladder?
Yep.
I'm so curious about the process. I want to get into logistically how this works. What's going to happen first?
They make a smoke, and then after the bee are come out from the hives, and then they're gonna start the cut.
How pissed off do the bees get?
Very angry.
We've got our caps on. I should have put on a full body suit, but I wanted to look cool. So we have just ascended to the base of the peak. From here, it gets pretty vertical pretty quickly. Already a team of people has gone all the way to the top, and they're sending down ropes. You can see this one right here, right now coming down. Once the ropes are all the way down, they can connect the ladders and bring the ladders all the way up. Then we can climb from the bottom. In the meantime, they're getting ready to set up the smoke. The smoke is rising right now, and these bees, in moments, are gonna be completely pissed. These hives are like nothing I've ever seen before. They look alive. You can see the bees completely covering the hive, moving like doing the wave in a stadium at a football game. They are soon gonna be leaving the hive, and they're gonna be coming to hang out with us.
As soon as the smoke from smoldering grass envelops the cliff, it's all-out chaos. The silence of morning is broken by embattled buzzing of bees. Bees by the thousands, willing to do anything to protect their honey. Over time, the smoke disables the bees' alarm pheromones. Disoriented, the bees' instincts tell them to abandon the hive. No gloves, no shoes, dangling from a rope ladder, defying desperate swarms. Now, the real honey hunter's work begins.
Previously, I assumed this was super dangerous. At the beginning of today, I thought, oh, maybe it's less dangerous. And as I'm watching it now, I'm back to, no, this is very dangerous. They told me when I interviewed them earlier, they're like, yeah, we do tie in, but they don't tie in until they get all the way up there. They climb the ladder completely. When they're where they want to be, then they tie in. Before that, if they slip, if they fall, it's game over. The bees have calmed down enough where I don't need to wear the bee hat right now, but take a look upside. These guys are on the ladder. They don't climb with the tools. They pull them up and then they have them. And they have usually 2 tools at a time. They're actually using a rope system, poking it through the hive on 2 places so they can actually lower down the hive. after they punctured the hive. And they use these super long tools to cut it down. Previously, when I was flying the drone, I must have chopped 1,000 bees in half. I didn't do it on purpose. It was a suicide mission. They just went for the drone, they saw it as a threat, and then when I landed it, it was full of bee goop. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. You can see the honey's coming down right now. Somebody from the top is helping to suspend it. Oh, take a look. It's coming by us right now. This still has like another 50 feet to go. We've got a guy here mid-mountain helping to deflect it as it goes down. So hopefully it doesn't break. And then people down below are gonna help to catch it. Right now they're bringing down 2 different types of hives. Some don't have as much honey, or some actually have no honey, but they have eggs. They have the pupa of the bee inside. Oh. Sometimes that happens. They are bringing down the really juicy honey-filled hive right now. This one is full of honey and honeycomb and thousands of bees. Take a look in here. This honeycomb looks so odd, bizarre, and stretched out. And I think it's because of gravity pulling on it because of how they built it into the mountainside. They're gonna dump it into this pot right here, and then they send the basket back up.
Today there are 12 hives to collect. Each time the hunters move laterally to a new honeycomb, they must descend completely, relocate the ladder, and make the climb once more. Descending from the top of the cliff is a terrifying prospect, but climbing the ladder from the bottom, well, that seems a lot more manageable. Maybe this task isn't so hard after all.
There we go. Okay, oh God, oh God. Oh, why is it spin? There's so much smoke in the air. I can understand why the bees don't like it. How do people do this? I'm upside down.
Successfully making it up the ladder is a delicate play between strength, balance, and agility. Though tiring, Madan and his team seem to move with ease as they make their way toward edible gold mines of the world's most sought-after honey, knowing full well one misstep could be their last.
For all the work that's been done today, collecting the honey, taking stings to the eyeball. This is the treat right here. They've just broken off a piece of this fresh honeycomb. Oh, it smells super sweet. When I squeeze it, you can just see the honey pouring out of these cells. It looks incredible. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a taste, but just a little bit of a taste because this is mad honey. Whoa, look at that. That is the honey, that is the wax, everything together. You just take it all, chew it, and then spit out the wax. Oh, wow. There's so much honey. I hope I don't regret this. I am on the side of a mountain. I'm not at all in a safe space at this moment.
It's my first taste of this mystical honey, and there seems to be no discernible effect. So far, it's just...
It's sweet, it's delicious, it pops. Hey, is that good? Look at this guy. I think he just finished his plate. He's ready for seconds.
The strength of the mad honey here differs in intensity depending on the region and the season, ranging from typical honey with no effect to knock you on your ass for 24 hours level of power. The more red and less viscous the honey, the more potent its effects. Luckily, my guide OANGDI has brought backup, the most powerful he could find. And for better or worse, I'll be trying it soon, right after we wrap up here. As soon as the first batch of honey descends from the cliffs, processing begins at the mountain's base. To extract the honey, the men squeeze chunks of honeycomb, releasing its sweet syrup and separating it from the wax. Finally, it's filtered through a cloth, and the result? This pure golden liquid is ready for distribution.
Hey! Yes. The goat is being prepared right now. Nothing's going to waste. So, where'd you get this? This is the real deal, most intense, blow your brains out your feet honey. You know that because it's red.
Yes.
I'm doing what the locals do. This is responsible, it cannot be demonetized. It's cultural. How do they measure the intensity of the honey? Do they just look at the color?
They do look on the color, and also they take a tiny bit beginning.
Right. I don't want to do too much. Is that good?
That's good, yeah.
I'm so scared. That guy's story yesterday, he told us he ate the honey, he couldn't walk for 24 hours.
Yeah.
We have an hour hike back to our vehicle.
Yeah.
What I'm doing right now is a terrible idea, but it's the only way to fit this into our shooting schedule.
Let's try it then.
All right.
You feel something different? Taste?
It tastes different than regular honey, for sure.
Buzz or not?
Yeah. Oh no. I feel it immediately. Holy shit. I feel numb here.
Yeah.
Right away, I feel light. I feel like my throat is numb.
Trick is not to drink water. If you drink water, you get more high.
I don't want to get more high. I want to go back to normal.
The psychoactive effects of this honey actually come from this, rhododendrons. This flowering plant contains a group of neurotoxic compounds called granotoxins, which the bees ingest and which eventually make their way into the honey. Low doses cause your heart rate and blood pressure to drop. You may feel slight euphoria and lightheadedness, much as I feel right now. But higher doses. It's said that high doses can cause hallucinations and, in some rare cases, death.
Can I taste?
Yeah, please. The taste is very interesting because it's more watery and less sticky than regular honey. How do you feel?
Good. Don't be nervous. Nervous make you more high.
Okay.
Sometimes just relax. Yeah. Time tells yourself.
Good. I feel better. I cannot believe that just a little bit did something to me. I feel pretty cool. I think we should finish dinner and get some food in our belly.
Today's meal is prepared with goat cooked 3 ways. First, goat barbecue. The meat is first marinated with salt, chili powder, masala, and cumin powder. Skewer and grill. The meat is served with rice and fried jungle mushrooms. Just grab a plate, pull up a rock, and eat.
Boom! Sir?
Food.
Gentlemen? I ate some of the honey. How do you feel?
I feel good and a little bit see the effect.
And what is the effect like?
A little bit calm, and I can hear so clear for everything.
Oh, that's a good point. I feel so calm right now. Yeah. I don't know if the effects are going to continue, but what I do know is we got all this food right here. All right, I'm going to try out some of this grilled goat. How often are you collecting honey?
Approximately around 15 times a year.
15 times a year.
Yeah.
Every time you do it, are you slaughtering an animal?
He say most of the time they offer for the goat and sheep.
Okay. Delicious. Very simple preparation, just some nice marination, salty, savory. It's got a great crunch on it. I think that's pretty darn good. Yeah.
Next, the goat curry. Fry the meat in oil, then spice it up with turmeric powder, chili powder, cumin powder, and salt. Simmer until it cooks through. These are fried goat organs, with all the offcuts tossed in a pan and sautéed in an abundance of gurung spices.
Right here, we have some of the curry. We have some organs mixed in with the rice. This is delicious. This is such brutal work. I feel tired, and I didn't climb any ladders. What you guys do is so impressive. When you're finished, do you feel exhausted? Are you tired?
It's okay.
You're like a superhero. When is the last time that you yourself tried some mad honey?
The most latest is like he had 10 years back, he tried a little bit, and then he didn't feel good and he stopped it.
This is a part of mad honey that blows my mind, is that it started here in Nepal and people around the world became aware of it and it became an industry exported to people outside of Nepal. Then I come here where it's readily available. It's probably cheaper for people here to buy it, but no one's doing it. And if they've done it, they've had some terrible experience. So my point is, it's an industry for people. It's a crop, it's a product, it's something they can collect, gather, and then sell.
With a limited supply and ever-increasing demand, Nepal's mad honey is now among the most expensive in the world, selling for $60 to $80 a pound.
Is there any way for people to increase the amount of product?
No problem.
What is it about the honey that's so valuable, that people want so badly?
Many tourism, Korean.
Really? The Koreans?
Some believe it offers medicinal health benefits.
People say it cures some health, but not daily use, but once a year.
While some just want to see if it's as powerful as they say.
I talked to this guy. He was the one who owned the cliff where the honey is. I said, can you walk me through the experience? He said, I took a lot and I couldn't walk for 24 hours. I think we should try it out. And maybe we start
like
shit.
Sounds terrible.
No, but if you do too much, it's shit.
Are you sure?
We gotta find out, Joe. Best Ever Food Review Show is a small team of independent creators, and everything we do here works because of you guys. Click the link in our description to join our Patreon and receive exclusive benefits. A piece. My man, that's a good piece. Yeah, I think he's trying to do it like nice and slow for the camera. The ladies are loving this. You can start an OnlyFans. Kai, does it look like I'm high up? All right, if I get down alive, that's a good enough accomplishment. Just fall down the rest of the way. Okay. So, what I learned today, that takes a lot of skill. Holy cow, you gotta go barefoot too. Maybe next time I'll just go naked. Yeah, I think it's all these clothes. It's too encumbering. How do you know how much to take?
Yeah, until you ate, you didn't know.
That sounds really dangerous. The high test for me is look at my hand. If it seems really interesting, then I'm really high. Right now, it just is mildly interesting. Boom, guys, that is the end of our Mad Honey video. And I am filming the conclusion on a different day because it got weird. I will not go into details, but I did not flash anybody. So there's that. Guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. A peace. All right, go Nepal. Mad honey, what else do they have that's mad? Mad sugar cane? Maybe a mad cheesecake? Ooh, I love a mad cheesecake.